Save some frosting for me. Good morning, Multnomah County. I am Marisa Madrigal, your Chief Operating Officer and Department Director for the Department of County Management. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the number of people in this room. Thank you for nerding out with us as we kick off business transformation. Today is about a glimpse into our future. Our organization is planning the implementation of new technology that will modernize our key business systems. The essential programs and services we offer and are so passionate about are not changing. How we manage our operations behind the scenes that make our services possible is changing, and that is a good thing. 18 years ago, we had a fantastic new system called SAP installed to manage our business operations. Do you remember the technology you were using 18 years ago? It was awesome at the time, but a lot has changed. We will be transitioning to a cloud-based system called Workday. We have several other applications that we'll be integrating with Workday to give us a 21st century business operations platform. But before we go any further, let me acknowledge that while this is extremely exciting to get new technology and new toys, I know there is a learning curve that we all have to be ready for. And some new technology means new functionality. We can streamline process, create more efficiencies, reduce time-consuming manual tasks, have important data at our fingertips for the ultimate purpose of better serving our community. Some of us might be a little hesitant to transition from what we are comfortable with. In fact, I had a recent conversation with our deputy CIO about this very thing. Let me share it with you.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, hey Marisa, I was just listening to some music.
On that?
Yeah. In fact, I was just getting ready to give you a call, but my phone's been having problems. It's been dropping calls.
Whoa, what is that, an antique?
Yeah, it's a classic. I've had it since 1999.
Well, the good news is I think I know what the problem is.
Oh, well, what's the bad news?
Hello? Hi. Yeah, agree completely. Yes. Okay, bye. That was the 90s, and they want their phone back. We have got to get you some new technology.
Well, I love this phone. It does everything I need. It makes calls, it stores my contacts, it even tells me when I've missed a call.
What if I could give you technology with infinitely more power, speed, and capability?
Learn a new phone? I know how this one works.
Have you seen these awesome things? I mean, you can manage your calendar, your email, ask the internet any question, swipe back and forth, even look up your favorite 90s bands.
Oh, so it'll play my music?
Yes, it will play your music. Why don't we upgrade all your technology, Bob? We'll get you some training, we'll get you some tech support. I mean, there'll be a learning curve, but it will be worth it.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. Could I see that one more second?
Sure.
I'm just going to keep this as a memento of times past, and also it's almost Halloween, and I still need a costume. Similar to the difference between 90s brick cell phones and the smartphones of today, the county's been using business software that dates back to 1999. While it's worked for us for many years, we've had to make do with limited functionality, an interface that's tough to use, and a system we cannot upgrade.
So we're excited to announce the official kickoff of a transformative business program for Multnomah County called Multco Align. We're implementing new technology and software in 4 critical areas of our business infrastructure: human resources, finance and budget, source to settle, and facilities asset management. This program will catapult us into a realm of new possibilities for how we work. Just like all technological changes, there will be a learning curve and growing pains, but we'll gain a modern system that's integrated, mobile, and captures the data we need to answer business questions like never before.
Join us as we take Multnomah County into the 21st century.
Learn more and follow us online at the link displayed below or by typing Multco Align in the search bar on the county's website.
Hello? The 90s again. They also want their shirt back.
Yeah, I know. Her hair looks like it came out of the 90s.
Where is Bob? He's not here? Let's give him a round of applause. I mean, how awesome was that? Apparently, Bob sat at his desk dressed like that for hours, unchallenged. No one said anything to him. Which I find hilarious because I didn't even recognize him when I first saw him dressed like that. So this video puts a spin on and a sense of humor to what we know is felt by many of us. Discomfort with needing to change. It can be awkward and uncomfortable. Yet, I need to stress that for our organization, this change is absolutely necessary. We need to keep up with the times. We need business software that works with the modern world and gives us, frees up our time to work on important things that you actually need people for, not technology. Let me tell you just a little bit about what's happening to move our organization into the 21st century. Multco Align is the overarching program that we've put in place to govern this business transformation. Notice I did not say project. It is not simply an IT project. It involves reimagining the business processes we currently have in place for finance, human resources, purchasing and contracts, and facilities asset management. New technology means new functionality. We can streamline process, create more efficiencies, reduce time-consuming manual tasks, and have important data at our fingertips for the ultimate purpose of better serving our community. This is all happening right now. We're preparing for a go-live date of July 2018. By January of 2018, our integrated systems will be configured and updated business processes will be designed to take advantage of the new functionality. Between February and May, we test and test and test the systems, again, to ensure that they meet our needs. But this isn't just about technology. It's about us, the people who use the systems to make our mission-critical work that matters. What we do, again, is not changing. People depend on us. How we do it will improve. We will receive support and training for this. I think together, supporting each other, having compassion for each other as we're all learning new process and new tools, we'll be ready. We'll be ready to cut over and to take advantage of this amazing new technology. We have several project teams using their subject matter expertise about our county operations who are configuring the system and aligning our business processes for the new future. I'd like to invite them to tell you a little bit about the benefits we have to look forward to. Come on down.
All right, this is our finance and budget team, our lead, Eric Ariano. Eric and team, come on up here.
So I'm Eric Ariano. I'm the finance and budget lead for the ERP implementation. I'm going to have each of the team members introduce themselves.
Cora Bell.
Heather Drake. Shannon Gutierrez.
Winnie Powell.
And Grant Gibson.
And I want to note that we're so excited about Workday that we're actually wearing shirts, except for Grant and Cora, but they got their little buttons. So we're going to talk about a couple of future benefits within Workday. Have in mind, this is just a few, because we have a limited time to talk about them. There's definitely a lot more cool things that come with Workday. The one that I'm most excited about is a new Workday user interface. It's easy to navigate, it's user-friendly, it's intuitive. We're kind of used to the current ERP system where you have to navigate through difficult menus, difficult to remember transaction codes. With Workday, it's just more intuitive for the average user. So I would envision that for the average user with limited training, they can actually have the ability to go in there if they know the business cycle and actually be able to transact and actually run reports. Not to say training is not important, but it just kind of highlights how easy it is to use. The second one I want to highlight is on the landing page for Workday. They have a search bar now that uses predictive typing. So you can type in a few letters. Workday can accurately guess what you're trying to search for and pop up your searches. And then it can give you transactions, reports that are available. You can search for people on that. It's a really cool functionality within Workday.
So I am the lead for the grant management system, or module, whatever you want to call it. And the fact that I can say we have a grant management module is the plus. Whoa! So we'll be able to do much better reporting, actual indirect posts when you post expenses. There's no waiting till the end of the month. It's an immediate process, so lots of good things to come.
So I'm going to kind of piggyback off that one of the things I'm super excited about is that payroll and finance and SAP are segregated into different modules. And all you grant accountants out there, I'm sorry, because it's horrible. Workday, it's integrated right together. It's going to be so much easier to do that kind of technical reporting. So you people in the weeds should be excited about this. The other cool thing is that we get upgrades from Workday twice a year, and they're committed to listening to customers. They solicit feedback from customers and then use that to actually map out the things that they're going to do to make it better for us. And we're already seeing that some of the functionality they've introduced in the last couple upgrades are going to benefit us directly. So we're expecting more of that in the future. Yay!
What's that? So I have a little bit of bad news to deliver. Being fluent in German is no longer an advantage to using the system. So I apologize to those of you that are fluent. But what you can do in Workday is search using regular terms. You are looking for journal lines. You can type journal lines into the search bar and you're going to find information about journal lines. If you're looking for information on an employee, you don't have to know PA20. You just type their name into the search bar. So it's a lot more intuitive to use. Is it back to Grant?
I think we're done.
Are we good? All right.
Go Workday.
Let's hear it for our finance and budget team. All right. Next up is our human resources, also known as human capital management team. Jody Ballard Beach is our lead. Come on all the way up.
Hi, everyone. Like Kelly said, my name is Jody Ballard Beach, and I am the HCM implementation lead. Here is my team, and unlike finance, they have opted to be support and silent support at that. So I'll be doing most of the talking points. We have Susan Millett, who's in charge of class comp, Vanessa Bitka, who is our payroll lead, Amy Aragon, who is our HR core data lead, Tammy Mart, who is our benefits lead, and this is about half of our team, so we're pretty big. So the benefits that we are super excited about with Workday, number one is visibility. So in the future, employees and managers will be able to see their own data without having to contact anyone. And they'll be able to make changes and adjustments to their own data in real time. The next one is around consistency. So I just want to point out that in the work that we do today at the county, we have a lot of unpredictability, but how HR and payroll operate shouldn't be part of that. So by having consistent, predictable processes, we'll be supporting our workforce to focus on what matters, which is the services that they provide to our community. For data integrity and dashboards, consistency leads directly into data integrity. Data integrity means we will have clear, accurate, timely, meaningful data that we can trust and that we can confidently report on and make business decisions off of. Also, in real time, no more having to wait until things are loaded or all the barriers that sit in front of us today with SAP. Transparent tracking is a big one. So now we will be able to see what business processes are in flight and who is responsible for what step of those business processes. So you'll never be in the dark about where things are in terms of like your time or your performance evaluations or any kind of business process that we execute through Workday. And user-friendly. A big thing, I think finance hit on it a lot in terms of using keywords for search codes. That's a big one. And also managers and employees will be able to complete a lot of business processes that right now they have to go through HR departments to do. So we're going to have self-service, which is huge. And the last one is around the e-timesheets and approvals. So we're going to be getting rid of, it's my 21st century attack, sorry, going off. So we're going to be getting rid of paper timesheets, which is great, but there's also a lot of other things. Yeah, right? There's a lot of other things that we're going to be getting rid of that are on paper today. We're going to be able to update personal information in Workday. You'll be able to manage your career interests in Workday. You'll be able to do all of your performance reviews in Workday. And time entry, time off requests, and all time approvals will happen within Workday. So this is really exciting for all of us. So we're excited to present this, the final product to you in July. And if you wouldn't mind, my team has been working extremely hard to get this first prototype off the ground. So if you could give them a big round of applause, it'd be awesome.
All right. Thank you, HCM team. I want to bring up our facilities asset management team, led by Macy Langley.
Wow, there's a lot of you. Hi, I'm Macy Langley, and I'm the lead for facilities and implementing Tririga. I am so excited about the empowerment that is going to come to our facilities staff. So because Tririga is mobile, accessible, and has a user-friendly interface, facility staff are going to be able to access the system directly, which is going to empower them to take more control over their daily work. And this is going to impact our internal clients as well, because we're going to have timely status reporting. And internal clients are going to be able to access the system directly to get information. So Chris, what are you excited about?
Hi, I'm Christian Perlman, and I'm in the Building Data Management Center and Facilities, and I'm excited about location precision, which is the ability to tag people and or equipment to specific locations. And this will bring efficient responses to requests and preventative maintenance. I think we're all familiar with what we call cubicle LANs, where but they're great for collaboration and space efficiency, but we all know it can make it very difficult for a client to describe to facilities where their problem is and their service need is. So with Tririga's employee to space, we're going to reduce the amount of time and specific information we require to find people, and increase efficiencies in facilities response times. Thank you. Trina, what are you excited about?
I am Trina Strahl, subject matter expert for facilities dispatch, and I am really excited about automation. Each year, facilities processes about 30,000 work orders, about 20,000 of which are client-driven requests. Each of those requests requires a confirmation of receipt and a separate notification when the work is complete. Currently, those are produced manually by our dedicated dispatch team. Tririga has the ability to automate those important client communications so we can focus on emergency response.
Woohoo! All right, thank you. All right. Next, we will bring up our source to settle team that you may know as contracts purchasing. All right, source to settle is our new term. So thank you, Barry.
Hi, I'm Barry Zimmerman. I'm the source to settle lead. The other term that we have is the tool we're implementing is Jagger, but you all know it as Marketplace because we're already using it today. for our e-procurement system. They asked us to come talk about Marketplace and some things we're excited about, and the couple that we really came up with. First, it's a very, very dynamic tool. This tool allows us to, by asking series of questions, lead you to the right procurement or contract process that you need to do. No longer having to try to figure out what that process looks like. The tool will drive you to the correct item. It's also very robust. Today we use multiple tools, whether it's a word processing tool, email, or SAP SRM to get a contract done. In Marketplace, we actually have the ability to do all of that work in one location, build our tool, manage the tool, and then actually communicate with our suppliers to get that work done all in one system that captures all the history of it. It also gives us, with that robustness, it gives us a life cycle performance. We can track our procurements and contracts back to our suppliers, manage them directly, any of the obligations that we have in our contracts to get them done and get our suppliers paid and taken care of. And with that, we've got a few exciting things. And the one last thing I wanted to say, we didn't bring up the whole team, but we've got multiple other team members in the audience. If you guys want to kind of identify yourselves real quick, stand up or put your hand up. Come on, team.
I'm Deb Ayo, and I'm also part of the team, and I represent Department of County Human Services. So I'm pretty excited about two things. One is the efficiency that I believe will happen with this tool for our staff. I'm also excited that this isn't happening in a silo. All departments are coming together. We're having key people. So I think that's going to be the key for this tool to be for all of us.
Hi, I'm Alim Haji. I'm also part of the ERP Source to Settle team. I was actually told I only get to pick one good feature, but I think the teams before me did already a good job of how good the user experience is. But so I'm going to go and say maybe two. Before that, I'm going to say that putting a number doesn't justify that the value we are going to get with this new ERP systems, because there are really many cool features which I think people will fall in love with the new ERP system. So having said that, so I'm really excited about the user experience, and the very first thing which you will notice is how easy it is and how simple it is to use them, and given the fact that there is this indirect stress related to using of the system. So I'm very hopeful that we are going to take care of that stress. And the second thing is, for the very first time in the history of the county, we are going to introduce supplier portal, which means the suppliers can go in and self-register themselves on the county supplier portal, and that takes care a lot of workload. That takes care of a lot of workload which we have today, because we do work on behalf of our suppliers. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Source to Settle team. Can we have our applications and data integration leads up here and the rest of the team? Thank you. This team makes it happen behind the scenes, connecting everything.
Yeah, so I'm Dan Cole from the lead for apps and data integration, and this is a subset of the team because the team is really big. There's a lot of different people on data conversion, on data integration, and then we've also got reporting, we've got some security pieces, and really we're kind of the ones behind the scenes. So when you see all these different 4 applications, we're going to be the ones tying it together and moving the data around. And it's a really complicated web of things to put together. And this team and the people who work on this are really, they're really doing great work. And so it's really impressive, and there's still a lot of work ahead of us. And it's complicated, so it's gonna be cool when it's all put together. But there's some of the key things that we're doing. In terms of that is really one of the key things is automation. So a lot of these new integrations, things that we're developing, is really about reducing staff time who manually download files, re-upload files, and just sort of do these manual steps that we don't need to do. And we can automate. And so we're looking for opportunities there. We're replacing existing ones and then doing new ones. But it's not only just about staff time, it's also about security, it's about accuracy. So when you can do this stuff behind the scenes, you can make it, it's just better consistency of information that we're moving. Another key thing is the refresh, is that we're sort of getting a fresh start on our data and looking at data that we get to convert into the new system. So we get to kind of look at it and say, are we tracking what we should be tracking? Is this the kind of stuff that we really want to do? And then we get to fix and optimize our data needs to get rid of things that we've been stuck with for a long time. And so we aspire to have better data for better decision making. And so I'll let these guys introduce themselves and what they're kind of doing on the project.
Okay, my name is Sana Gautam. I'm the data conversion lead on the project.
Hi, I'm Rajiv Nair. I'm actually working on the reporting aspect. And one thing I do want to mention about reporting is that you will be amazed by the reporting, because right now I think many of you might be using some or the other facet of the report, which are all T codes. And some of them are not even aware of what the other thing is out there. But with that search capability out there, just put in there, it will just tell you, pop it, even without hitting enter, you will have the reporting in your hands. So that is going to be a big plus, and the reports are actionable in the sense that the reports are not static. You just make decisions right after that. So that is a huge plus, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Siddharth Bansal. So one of the challenge we have faced in SAP is it's difficult to connect, like even if we can write the logic, but we have to do a lot of work to log it, to write that exact thing to get what we want. So Workday, it provides a lot of APIs out of box and out of box ways to connect. So that makes interfacing easier, although it is complicated again, but it is much more easier than as compared to SAP. And there is a lot of logging, out of box logging and everything available that helps not only the people who are doing integration, but also the users who are using those interfaces. They can go into interface log and check what has happened. If something errors out, they can take actions from there to fix the issue. So I think that's a great advantage for all the users who will be using the system and who will be using those interfaces. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, and to round things out are your change management and training team.
Hi, everyone.
And our communications, and we have a few team members around the room as well, but we'll wrap this up quickly here.
That's right. So training and change also have our own innovations. This is the first major project where we've had a distinct change manager and team. And in addition to that, we're also launching ULearn, which is our way of aggregating learning materials so that you can learn the way you want, when you want. So you'll be seeing the you and the learn around a lot more. We also have a takeaway for anyone who's interested in what training is being offered to whom. That'll be, Chris will grab them and put them out for you where you signed in. So you can grab one of those, or you can digitally download it later from the Multco Align website.
Thank you. And I want to bring Marisa back up to help us close things out. And then we will have a giveaway after.
So I just want to say, don't we have some brilliant people working at Multnomah County? Brilliant. I am so proud to work with this team. And not only are there brilliant creative people working on this, including all of you, but what I heard here is that people are excited about having new tools, that we recognize that things are going to be different and that change is going to happen, but that we're leaning into it because we know at the end of the day it's going to be better. And that is awesome. So many organizations and teams are not able to do that. So many places get paralyzed by change and fear of the unknown. And what I heard today, and I hope you did too, is that there is a huge group of people here at the county who is courageous and willing to do things differently so that we can operate better and ultimately serve the community better. And that is so exciting to me. So exciting and refreshing to be in a room with people that dedicated to excellence. It is incredible. So thank you for today, and thank you for your work through July 2018. Remember these warm, fuzzy feelings when it gets tough. Because we will have some ups and downs, but I know that with all of us leaning in, we're gonna do it right. So thank you and have a wonderful day.